So it is now Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Sunday was nice. We got to do some work from home, finish some laptop stuff, get organized a bit. Yeah, I had a few really interesting meetings. One guy, we met him randomly at George's Fish Bar. I know we were talking about that earlier, the magical fish up in somewhere. Anyways, we met this guy and then he tracked us down through Instagram, and then Nick sent him to me on Facebook. And yeah, he happened to be coming to London today, so then we met up. I mean, yesterday. So he came by the apartment. It was interesting. He's getting into, he's just starting up a business where they do, it's almost like tattoo, but they kind of like help fix your hairlines and stuff like that.
You do shave your head, so I guess usually you're past the point where you're pretty much bald, but then yeah, they tattooed on. I thought it was a fresh fade.
It looked wicked. I think it's a really good idea. I mean, like, yeah, I couldn't even tell. I thought he
it looked like a nice clean, and like the way it like has the depth and that was impressive.
Yeah, so. And it even looks like a fade, like the way they've kind of done it. It's a very light fade, but it looks like proper. It doesn't look like.
It looks like a nice, clean, modern cut.
Actually, all the people that we met yesterday were very interesting. Like, it was interesting that we would meet those three people in that day.
It is really interesting.
Like some of these they were saying, and like the things that they were doing, and like even like, for example, Shaz, like, you know, in his bag he had like all this random things, and it was funny because he even packed his bag very similar to what I had already done in my bag. Even the way that they said things, all three of them were talking about how the world is so weird, the world does weird things, and you know, and all three of them, it was a common theme, right? This trip has been such a mind trip in just the different things, and like the talks with the different people, like staying up till 5 in the morning and talking to Jovan and Arif and all these guys about like different concepts and different things that they've seen, the coming of the cyborg age, and then like, you know, seeing really how much of that disparity is here, and then even like our experience, like in Canada we've seen it, but this time I've really seen the unquantifiable effects of money. Like I think I've seen it to a different extent because of the density.
I think you
get to see it density. Like bam, bam.
Like it's like there's so many of these little towns, so you'll get like the wealthier and they're like so close. So you'll get one town where it's just like not the best, and then you'll have another one where it's a lot cleaner or whatever, just a lot. The cars driving around or more high end.
And it's not even like it's not even like you make a choice. Like a normal person or educated person or whatever, they're not going to go there. How's it going? Bright and early here.
Nice morning before the Next Gen conference.
Show starts at 8, and 8:20 is the first talk, and I go on at 9:30, so it should be good. But anyways, yeah, as we come to the end of the trip, it's been good. We've really got to experience the full UK this time. Definitely gone from, you know, the slums of the slums to the Lord's Manors. I think we started it with Birmingham, more like cash and hoodies and whatever, and now as you can see we're all suited up and ready to roll. So yeah, we went and got some stuff. That's a new tie. I got a new tie too.
Something funky.
Yeah. I've got the peacocks there, and I got the birds over here. Look at the little bird.
We're flying now.
Yeah. Last day in London.
It was quite the adventure. Spent the last 2 days here at the Park Plaza for the Next Gen Nicotine Conference. Really cool. This was a new one for me personally. I really liked it because it was the other industry. You got a little bit of people from like big pharma companies, some people from the tobacco companies. You got and then some like outlier packaging and other compliance, toxicity reporters and analyzers. So and some of the regulation writers were even there.
It was so interesting that to have in one room you had big tobacco, big pharma on the larger side of the vape industry, with like in consideration of the saturation levels of the industry. And there was quite a variety of different topics that were talked about. The last time I met her in April, they were in the process of putting in the new system, and now they had finished it, and so we're talking a little bit about that. And theirs is interesting because they have 600 people in production and 70 people in the office. She said that over the last year they've gone from 300 employees to 600 employees. So, it was really good, a really insightful trip. Overall, this was like, you know, the last chapter of the trip, and it was like this last few weeks has been like the world teaching so many lessons in 3 weeks.
So many lessons. It's really funny how, since this is our last real stop before we head out here, it really was the final chapter. It really was the summary of everything that we have been prefaced with, even some of our tones that we've been really, as we focus on our direction.
It's really interesting.
It really absolutely was the final chapter.
It was like the world confirming a lot of things. There was a lot of, like, over the last few weeks, I feel like there's been a lot of things that were confirmed and also made clear that it should be removed. And so a lot of clarity has been provided, and I think this was like a, you know, the cherry on top.
Provided and verified.
Yeah, exactly.
The verification, some of what we've been seeing and hearing, especially with these talks. It was so funny. Some of these other industries, it's like they're reading our mind. Really, some of the things you're sitting here.
Well, there's some that there were, you know, it was interesting because there was such a variety of people. Because there were some that I didn't. There was one person, you know, they had said something that I didn't really agree with in terms of, like, for example, flavors. There were others that confirmed the flavor thing. So that there was a little bit of that, and then, you know, the one presentation that was like snake oil.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was a very good variety, but obviously there was a few that resonated with us. The CBD was a big thing too. That was interesting to see quite a few players. A big topic out here in the UK because it's everywhere, so that's where it's at. Whether I'm not sure the actual thing, but it's everywhere. It's definitely a thing. It's a big thing out here. A big thing out here. So
people are shocked when we say THC is legal. And
it's like, but you got weed's legal, and they're like, but CBD's so good. It doesn't do anything. There's like nothing really bad about it.
And CBD's in the weed, the flower. That's I mean, so I think it's silly. I mean, whatever. I have my opinions on all that stuff. You know, THC has the potential to really help alleviate or at least reduce this opiate problem that we have. It's been a significant problem for the last few years, for many years now, and it's not like it's getting worse. There's band-aid solutions like putting up safe injection sites and stuff like that, and they're in ways they are trying to curb it through these injection sites because the users have an opportunity to kind of get out and they have an easier way out. But what we need to be focusing on is how can we focus on stopping the problem before it even starts.
Here, we talked to a lot of people even from some different countries, whether it be like Sweden, Switzerland, Italy. They don't prescribe stuff. Maybe if you're undergoing like a heavy surgery, like a very substantial surgery. But the theory is like, yeah, you messed up. You probably need to feel a little bit of pain.
Not like, yeah, here's something that'll just knock you out until you're better.
Like, that's just it.
Your subconscious mind can never learn its lesson, and then you also get hooked. You know, the subconscious mind will
that's the thing.
Remember.
Like, is that little bit of pain worth potentially just completely changing and destroying your life?
So now we're gonna hit the road. I gotta hit a vape store, get a coil. That's about it. Just to head over to Maidenhead. So we ship a bunch of things tomorrow. Rest, and we need to sleep. We need to sleep. I'm like dying. I can't even do this. My head is like pounding.
It actually is like pounding right now.
Of like, it's the combination of no sleep, no water, not enough food, no rest. Like all that together is too much because we're like literally driving. We're doing things all day and night, every day, all day. Yeah, we bumping the reggae tunes on the cassette player. And we got Shaz over here. He's our UK brotherhood. He's gonna be helping guide all the soap makers as we send the soap makers. Yeah, as our soap makers come over to the UK, the Sherpa shall guide them through the darkness of Maidenhead. So here we are now.
No,
scoot over again. We missed another flight
4 times. First, shitty fly B is garbage.
Oh yeah,
Took
piece of
forever.
shit. And she lied too. She said there was no extra seat. There was 2 right at the front. Upgrades.
Yeah. And then number 2, Paris is an absolute trash, paranoid airport. So they have security, even though you haven't left the security zone, you have to go through security again to ensure you miss your flights. Absolute joke.
Yo, the whole day's gone now.
Yo, it's...
And then we missed another flight. So hopefully we have space on the next one. Otherwise, it's gonna be a nightmare. So now we're in Toronto. Hopefully we'll get on the next flight and go back to Vancouver.